Be here. Wore extra big earrings for Laura. It's like party time in our studio. Outside, we have like a full party going on there. So if we get loud, apologies. Just waiting for Laura. Hi, Tylene. How are you? What's up, West Coast? What's up, Jewelry Edition? Okay. Oh, hello, Prince. Oh, hi. You got like some up.
I got
Oh.
half dressed for you.
I feel like you. You mean top up?
Did I surprise you with my sheer top?
No, you look beautiful. No, I love it because I was actually like thinking about asking you about the sheer tops in your photo shoot because I feel like they are
That's
very
my vibe right now.
like you match that, but the lime green one and the cream one, are those the exact same shirt? I knew it. I was like, they're exactly the same. I love that.
I got it in both colors because I liked, well, I'm one of those people where if I like something I buy it twice, but for the photo shoot I couldn't decide whether or not I wanted to go hard with like a chartreuse like green or white, and I thought, well, I'll just do both.
You look
so,
cute. Cheers. You look adorable.
Cheers.
Great. Happy everything. Like, I feel like we have like a little, this feels kind of like an art opening. Your outfit is so cute.
Well, I decided it's been a rough few weeks of moving and organizing, and we're still kind of in the middle of everything. I spent most of the day today kind of like pushing boxes around my studio, and so I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna like put on a little lip, some makeup, and a nice little sheer top.
Got you. Same. Honestly,
Yeah.
same. It's been a lot too. I feel like Fabrication Central. Hi, Anna. Fabrication Central.
Hey. Yeah. So
tell everybody where you are, what your big move is, what's going on. Like, introduce yourself just a minute for people.
Well, I have to admit that I wanted to be able to phone in tonight from my studio, but it is still a wreck. I left today and I was like, I don't think I got very far. Because, you know, like when you get a new studio and you are trying to figure out where everything's going to go, you know, where your bench is going to go and where, like, your workflow in a new space.
I'm still working on it. It's been 10 years. I got you.
So, yeah. So I was trying to figure all that out. And anyway, it was too much pressure to live stream from there. So I decided I would do it from my my pink room, which I'm very excited about right now.
But I'm glad because we have tons of jewelry to try on. Lots of stuff has been happening. I posted some of the things that are happening.
What's that?
I like reposted some of the things that are happening, like identity project. And
Oh yeah.
blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah.
So
but I was like, there's a lot going on. So I'm like, we need to go through all the work, etc.
I know. Well, okay. So I'm joining from Jewelry Edition, and because I'm one half of the. This is just for anybody watching that might not know. I'm one half of the administrative team behind it, but we did a feature for every artist that was part of it, and I guess today is me, Laura. So I guess it won't be like so heavy on Jewelry Edition. It'll just be kind of like what's happening in my life, I guess.
And a little bit about some of the things you're doing specifically for Jewelry Edition, but love to hear about all the other things because
there's so much. Let me get my brain organized. Yes.
And I want to try. Honestly, we need to try on it.
We've got to like
let's
organize it.
Shout out anybody, please pop in if we're like start trying on jewelry and you want to see more jewelry, please voice what things you want to see. We're gonna jewelry heavy.
Yeah, well, okay, so for Jewelry Edition, just wrapped up at Baltimore Jewelry Center. We're going to go to Ombre Gallery next month, and so it's kind of an in-between. We're at an in-between moment right now. They did an amazing photo shoot there with the Be More Art team, which I thought was incredible. It's on our website. It's on the Jewelry Edition website. It's on our Instagram. It's everywhere. So thank you BJC for all that. And
I would love that photo, I have to tell
it was really cool. You know what I thought was really interesting about it is it was obvious that it was from somebody who has an understanding for obviously photography and art, but not from a necessarily an art jewelry perspective. And so it was really cool to see how they photographed it all. Like, I don't think I would never just like do an overhead shot like that with fruit and things, but it was so cool. It was really gorgeous.
I thought it looked gorgeous, and I felt like it made all the materials come together in certain ways for me. Material heavy, not only color, like really cool colors in what they picked, but the materials, it blended nicely. I thought that was cool, like still life.
Yeah, I thought that was really a cool thing about it. They did a good job.
And they put things on the body, different. You're right.
All like totally. It was blurred gender, and it blurred, you know, just every line. It was really cool. I liked that a lot about it. It made the jewelry stand out even more. I loved it, and the way they styled it was really nice. Hi, Anna. Hi. I don't know who's all here. It's great.
Yeah. Shout out everybody. Let me know what's up. Okay. So tell me what's going on with those earrings right now that you're wearing. Those are
giant.
Okay, right now you're in the Smithsonian. Right now, and it's going on.
Right now, I'm on so Smithsonian. Obviously, like everything else was canceled. Like everybody else, they decided to go virtual. So it's on BidSquare, which is an auction site. It's kind of interesting from a artist perspective. Just the interface of this is so different than how we sell online. So it's been a little bit of a challenge, I think, for people finding it and being able to search it. But if anybody's trying to shop it and are running into problems, I would suggest that you email them and let them know if you're having any trouble, because they've never done anything like this before. So this is helpful for them. And for us, if you like have trouble finding things, I don't know. Anyway, yes, Smithsonian.
There's been some snafus, it sounds like
a little. I would say just a little. You know, it's not. It's hosted by an auction site, so it's not set up for your standard retail.
Totally. I've seen BidSquare for sure.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely swanky. It's definitely got like a fancy feel to it for sure.
But you also I feel like you put up a lot of new work because you got some of this.
I did, because I got my. Is my internet doing okay for you? Is it choppy? Okay. I'm in the world of like a city with like, you know, internet lines that are coming directly to my house.
Urban. There's literally a party outside, you guys.
I can't hear it. I'm not picking up on it. So.
Hey, there's like 10 people. Cool.
Okay, let me get my brain. I feel like I'm all over the place.
I know. Can you show us the earrings that you're wearing and tell us a little bit about them?
I can do that. These are from the new collection, the last collection that I did in the residency at Penland. And it's all under the umbrella of the Prelude collection. So it is kind of inspired by the 3 mile radius that I walked pretty regularly from January until, recently when I moved. And I was just feeling really inspired by spring and the world kind of opening up, and nature. I was kind of trying to just look into my environment for a place to put my energy.
I feel like your photo shoot was really, I posted a lot about your photo shoot because it's culminated in this beautiful photo shoot of not only models that you styled with gorgeous, colorful clothing that's very you, but very, it felt like fairy tale, enchanted.
Yeah, I'm feeling with that. Yeah.
Very Black Forest thing. But I also love that you got shots of yourself in nature.
Oh yeah, that was
that was awesome. I love that. Yeah. Well, when I was in Japan, I was in Japan, and 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 I was
so everybody was, I mean, I think we're all kind of caught up on this conversation by now that everybody was sort of like trying to figure out how to navigate through a pandemic. And this was like in the very early few weeks that we all were like, okay, how long are we going to be, how long is the world going to be shut down like this? And it kind of threw a little bit of a you know, a hiccup in my plans, or just, I don't know, maybe my disposition, my just overall. Oh.
I want to talk about the photographs. I feel like this is really part of what you did recently, and I really love it.
Yeah. Well, so I started making these like temporary jewelry pieces from things that I would find just out in the world. And I didn't really want them to be like things that were like permanent pieces, and I didn't want to like go into going that direction, but I did want to document them because it was inspiring to me and it kind of might inform some things. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I worked with Mercedes Jelinek, who was a Penland resident who is in New York but comes back to the area pretty frequently, and she was around, and she spent the day with me to do these photographs.
Love that.
So there's some bamboo, like big giant bamboo necklaces. There's like some bamboo trimming.
You look from a time when when cameras were from a different era,
like tintype.
Yeah, tintype, white. There's something there, you know what I mean? A little bit fantastical, Dali-esque, surrealist, movies type of feel.
Mercedes is really good at what she does. If anybody's like familiar or not familiar, you got to check her out. Her whole body of work spans just like a giant spectrum of photography. She works a lot. Black and white is kind of her thing. And this was shot by Lucy Plato Clark, who did the Pearl series. So the photo shoot with Mercedes was sort of like a one project. And then that kind of gave me the motivation to make this work. And then Lucy worked with me to shoot these pieces. Yeah. Mm. And so we went and shot the enamel pieces in the places where they were inspired. So she's kind of in this picture laying on a bed of moss. And then the pieces that have like these mossy elements are there with it. But this is also kind of like been, I'd say like my top 3 goals for the last 3 years has been to like bring photography more into how I share my work, because how you feel about it and the energy and the inspiration and just like the general, I don't know, vibe around the work, you know, it's nice to be able to put that.
It's part of the vision, totally.
Yeah.
I totally feel this totally. Okay. I also feel it's about video too now. I'm trying to incorporate that next.
Yeah. You've been making some really nice images. I love these like really panoramic vertical shots. They're so nice.
I've been playing with like the light and just really simple things.
And I love how you shot all the tiara work. I mean, I do have my pieces.
This work I feel like so cool, sculptural and fun. I
love these.
It's a fun thing to do. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you.
Love. I wanted a tiara. I did, but I'm on a budget these days.
Don't worry, I have for you for the future. I have birthday party favors. Everybody got tiaras also. I literally made.
Oh, that's awesome.
We made hundreds at a point.
You really killed it. I cannot wait. I want to dive into all of this. For some reason, I thought today I'd be interviewing you, and then I realized it was going to be me. So next time it's me interviewing you, right?
Because we had to delay Kat 1 week.
Right.
Scheduling issues, which we just have to be flexible right now. You guys, we're just not at 100%. Can we see some jewelry up close and like try some stuff on? I want to try all the things.
So these are big earrings and
they're beautiful.
They are enamel, but they are not, how do I say? there's basically only 2 layers of enamel on these earrings, so that it makes them not not so heavy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But I'll show you the
1,000%. Thank you, Laura. Ooh, I love how the I know she knows me. Okay. Yeah.
So they're connected, and the ear wire is like in the center.
How is that back is so beautiful.
Thank you. Yeah,
With
these are
strong, just so subtle because that keeps it lighter too. You're not as metal heavy, but you have
There's just this one little connection that keeps them together, but it's not. I mean, they're so light.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. I'm going to share with you a pair that is on my favorite list that I cannot believe are still around. I mean, I know it might sound crazy, but they're like, I'm like, how are they still around? I love these. So this is with that stone, that varicose stone. So they kind of go up the ear. And I'll be honest, none of this work is with Jewelry Edition right now because it's all I have. But eventually, I'll be showing some of this enamel work with Jewelry Edition.
I want you to go through also some pieces from Jewelry Editions. We have time.
Well, I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm not sure how much of it I have here with me. I grabbed this box. I don't know, out of when I was leaving my studio. I mean, people know. You can check it out. But these are, you know, they kind of go up the ear.
Ooh, you set the stone with little prongs similar to how you set the enamel. It's like almost exactly.
Yeah, it's the same.
These feel like the moss quite a bit. I see that.
Can you see the little flecks of the under fire enamel just kind of catching the light? I don't know.
Can you explain what that feels like? It's like, explain the texture of it.
Yeah, it's got a texture to it. I'll show you another pair. I'm going to keep this one on. And I'll show you this pair, which is really cool. This is like the mossy.
Ooh, that green. You're such a green queen to me. I associate green with you.
But it's like my color. It's a good color.
Not everybody.
Look at my color.
I know, but not everybody does it. It's kind of bold. Laura's like, let me just like throw that out there. Lime green. Okay.
Lime green. Yeah. That's true. Actually, I guess lime green is kind of like a chancy one. Yeah. These kind of go angle into the face.
It's a good color match with stone. Very pretty. Very wearable. Good.
And this is, you're right. So up top is a natural stone, and then the bottom is all enamel that I shaded and built up the texture. And then the back is, you know.
So when people touch that, it feels kind of like sugar on a table? Or?
Yeah, it feels, yeah, if moss were to like harden, it would probably have the same, like it's got that kind of.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
It has a little fuzzy feel.
Almost. But it's not gonna like catch your hair or anything. Like it's not that kind of texture. It's just like a really subtle.
It's very, very fine glass. That's what it's composed of. So it's really just almost like sand in a way, but very, very fine. That's a little bit fused, a little soft.
Right.
Ooh, I love this. I'm like, try stuff on. Okay, lime color is really gorgeous and actually suits many, many people.
It's one of those colors that when I started using it, I thought, I love this color so much. Are people going to wear it? And then I made it, and then I started wearing it, and I'm like, well, if I can wear it, a lot of people can, because I'm like, you know, really fair skin.
No, I'm a fan also, and I have it in makeup. And it's also like kind of my birthstone peridot. So
yeah.
Not mine's, of course, because it's like my version, so it's like opaque and translucent and like soft and like this big. But I got you. I like the little. I like that color. It feels very joyful and spring and like new. Yeah,
I feel like it goes really well with black. It looks really good with black.
Yeah, and charcoal gray. So it's one of those things that pops really nice, like red with a neutral, like tons of neutral, and then you put a pop of red or you put a pop of lime green. One of those colors that goes with lots of different neutrals. Navy blue looks great.
But it does look really good with like a lapis purple, purpley blue.
The dark royal color almost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
It it has a nice for being so yeah. These are great. What are you wearing? These are
So these are kind of like, another double earring, but these kind of do that thing that I like to do with my work, and that is to kind of mirror each other, kind of follow the lines of the face, have there's movement. And these are also really light. Also, you'll notice that one of these goes up a little higher, and so
yeah.
it has some support there on the ear. It's really good for ears with slits. They'll stay.
Yeah, I was gonna say one of those ones that covers, but also about you've like engineered it. Ooh, I like where you place the ear post down just a touch.
Yeah. Yeah. And
How did you find? Where are these shapes inspired by? Like, how did you alight upon these? Is different from your other powder coated work. There's also color, but in different.
yeah. Well,
Own.
it's funny because, before I started doing majority powder coat like sculptural pieces, I was sort of working with a lot of stones, and I was doing a lot of teardrop shapes. Some of my fringy earrings that have the fringe, like that shape, is something that
You were having quite a bit come and then post down and then drop with like stones coming. And
yeah, kind of this shape is something that comes and goes, but I wanted to kind of, enamel's really tricky because it does really well on curved surfaces. You don't see a lot of enamel on really flat surfaces because it's harder to set, because like once you set these prongs, if it's too tight or if it's not just right, it can crack and it can like cause a lot of problems. But I figured out a way to do it really gently to where I don't have that problem. But I really didn't want to go so far into structure because the body of work that I did before this one was really heavy and lots of form, and I liked that, but everything was so big. I kind of wanted to see what I could do that was a little more delicate.
You flattened in a way, in my opinion. You've taken some of the forms you're doing in 3D and made a silhouette or flattened them, and it's more
yeah. It's just like another way of working. It's kind of like when you change material or when you change a technique, you can't always go the same direction that you're accustomed to going to, because then you fall into like these weird safety net things. You go back to your safety net composition or your safety net, and so I really wanted to put myself in a place where I was just staying really curious the whole time while I was making, and not diving back into a composition that I know would work. And so making these little, I would just take a pair of those shears that you use on sheet metal and just cut out shapes, and was like rolling them through the rolling mill and just getting just like different kind of elongated shapes, and then kind of working like collage, but then also adding in other materials. So like this brooch has like a funky
that's cute. Also, way different scale than I expected, by the way.
Oh yeah, this is huge.
Whoa, like that. Okay, it really feels like cut paper / willow through a mill. It has like
yeah.
I see that in the. I really love that you said that you think you were putting a lot of little parts together, because I posted a picture of that and I really loved that. I thought that was great. How you put your process with all your little parts. Like you had lots of parts together.
Oh yeah. All the little pieces. Yeah. I was telling somebody the other day that like when I'm working on something new, it's just fun to just work with color and texture and shape and form, and whatever I need to do to get that is what happens. So with enamel, you can enamel copper. So I just used as many materials as I could that was just straight up copper, and just played with it and just enameled it and see what would happen. And so that's how these mossy things came to be, because I just sort of built in a lot of texture underneath. Like that little blob there is something that I created on the surface and then enameled over. So it's not just a ton of enamel. It's actually like a structure that's been created and then enameled over. Um,
This is
and
like it's. I feel like you're painting, but sculpt. It's totally.
yeah, it's
But
fun. Yeah, I'm excited. Well, you know, color for me has been a motivating factor behind my work for a really long time. So like years and years ago, I would use paper and then using caustics to like dye the paper and then make these giant, like really vivid, bright sculptural pieces. And then that moved me into casting. Then that moved me into fabricating. And then fabricating led to using powder coat as a way to add color. And then that became like a really giant body of work for me that's basically the foundation for my studio practice, really. And so now I'm ready to kind of add in another phase of color, and that happens to be enamel at this point. Yeah. So and I combine them too. There's some pieces
oh,
that have sold that I don't have.
and that you've combined the two materials. But also, do you see yourself? Where do you see both of them going? Like in a trajectory parallel to each other, or something that you go back and forth and it's its own time? Like, how do you have you thought about new pieces within each body together?
Yeah, I mean, there's some of the illuminated slices, I call them. They've sold that they were just like this color, but the backs of them are neon orange. So they kind of have a little neon orange in the front and the back. They're on my website. And they kind of glow on the skin, is really nice.
Dude,
Um,
I love orange.
yeah.
Wait, how did you get neon orange from the?
No, powder coat.
Oh, okay. So it's
Yeah.
neon orange powder coat on this side, and then this side is the.
Yeah, so I would powder coat the settings and then set the enamel. So then the edges here would be neon orange. And then these are kind of more of a neutral color, like a light pink, you know.
Ooh, what a cool
And
combo!
yeah, and I'm excited. I've got like what I'm cooking up for my next like body of things that I'll make next when I get my studio set up. I have a color palette in mind,
Like,
and I'm going to do whatever it takes to get me there. So that might include enamel and powder coat. Who knows? Some stones for sure. Um, so yeah, I'm not really sure. The powder coat work is a limited production collection that I've been making for years and years, and it's a body of work that took me forever to kind of like tweak and like refine, and
but
it
signature in so many ways.
yeah, and I love so many of the forms. Yeah, that's gonna be around for a long time. Those are like my
That's your
treasures.
your core. I feel for like how I think of it is like your core of your collection, your brand, and that's
Totally.
very
Yeah, and then yeah, and these pieces, the enamel pieces, it's just different because
you have like these have also brought you a lot of joy,
mhm.
and
Yeah.
they're great, and I feel like this is just the beginning.
Yeah, it is. It is just the beginning, so it's kind of hard to say what's going to happen. I'm not really sure. But like the photo shoot that we were talking about, I photographed the powder coat work with the enamel work, and those images kind of play with each other. And I think they actually really work together as like, yeah. So she's wearing the open weave collar in neon orange,
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's
and then
new orange, not red.
no,
You,
that's neon. That's
I think of that in red typically. That's cool to know. Because I saw that and then I saw this shirt and I was like, that's the same shirt. Of course I noticed this because you know me. I'm like, oh, you bought these together. I'm like, did she buy all these clothes? Did she just photo shoot? How did she think about this? I love that stuff. Oops.
Girl, yes, I give myself a budget and I'm like, okay,
No, me
let
too.
me get my clothes together.
Shirt though, but in the cream with the purlieus. Explain what purlieus mean. Also.
Yes. So I was trying to figure out a title for this whole collection. The idea of giving them each individual names that were like unique and individual seemed not quite right because they all came from like the same place, but I didn't want to give them all the same name. So I just branded it under a collection called Pearl Use, which means like your regular haunts, like places that you can always be found, you know, a routine that you do every day and it takes you to that same place. So that word kind of defined where I was spending all my time that
So
inspired this work.
specific, geographic specific, interesting.
Yeah, and so each piece individually is named after the mile marker where the colors came from. So like there's a lot of mountain laurel, rhododendron, all these little pink flowers were just everywhere.
Ooh,
The
so
sand.
yes, feel like that really. You had so much beautiful like vegetation around.
I know. I
Around.
know.
I love that you have like moved back home, but behind you, by the way, vegetation surrounding. We need to try on more jewelry. Okay, what is that cute glass? How cute are you?
This is
Cute glass. Shout out.
Sure. These are also available on the Smithsonian website.
You guys.
This is my partner, Thomas Campbell, who makes these cups, but he also makes sculpture and all kinds of things. And yeah, the house is filled with really awesome things because of him. I feel like all the jewelry girls have have some of these cups.
They're beautiful. Okay, so super cute. Okay, by the way, both of you on there, super cute, right?
Yeah. Well, we thought we'd be going up there, you know, to like show together.
No comment. It's not happening right now, you guys. It's not safe.
It's not safe. It's not safe. It's
Part
true.
York is happening, so explain that to me.
What's that?
Bryant Park, that big holiday market here is happening.
I don't understand. I don't understand. I don't know. I'm just doing what I can do on a daily basis.
I'm like, thanks. This is so cute. I want to see. Do you have necklaces? But ooh, the earrings are spectacular. I feel like you like earrings on.
I'm an earring girl. It's kind of what I wear. I haven't made any necklaces yet in the enamel. I'm still trying to figure out what my approach is going to be for the findings. Necklaces are kind of hard for me. I have to be honest with you. I have to like really get into the. Yeah, I mean, like I say, like that body of work, I have fine-tuned it to a point where I know where to go with that work, with this enamel work.
Okay.
I'm not gonna.
So what's your starting? So for me, when I start a collection, my starting piece is some weird, humongous ass necklace. Do you know what I mean? But for you, maybe no. Like maybe it's big earrings is the starting.
No, it's brooches.
Brooches is your starting. Okay.
It is. I have to be honest. I love a brooch, even though I know they're not for everybody.
The number one thing people ask for on the stories, I did a quiz. The number one thing people ask for was brooches to show us like how to wear them.
Oh, cool.
So I think you should do brooches.
Well, I love a brooch. I love a brooch mainly because, well, let's redefine the brooch. Okay. Right? Like
new mindset.
Let's new mindset the brooch, because first of all, the title, it's nobody knows how to spell it. Nobody thinks they're saying it right. Like we need to be like Dan Savage and like rename the brooch. Like give it a new name.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. So like the thing about a brooch is that everybody kind of associates it with like either really conservative folks or your grandma or politicians or something, and it's like got to be on a lapel. And I'm pretty sure anybody who's listening right now is probably like familiar with art jewelry, so I'm probably preaching to the choir here, but like it doesn't have to be that way. I feel like a brooch can be right in the center. It can be on a big scarf, on a hat. This is a little too big for a hat, but like on a hat, or you know, something that can transition into a hairpin or something. I just think you can wear a brooch in so many different ways, and it's more than just like a pin. It becomes part of your whole color story, you know, of your outfit, which, you know, some.
I love just even the switch from here to here
Mm-hmm.
for people.
Yeah, or sometimes if I'm wearing like a mock turtleneck, like a
bugs in here, sorry.
if I'm wearing like a high collar, it's nice to put one like up here. It's kind of cute.
I love all your pictures are like everybody's in a collar this high, which I know you in real life. It's like, I don't know. But this, I agree with you here though. I like it on the jean jacket, but here has this like Victorian era thing. But it's, I think even with like a modern collared shirt, button down, great too. All of this.
Yeah.
I like
yes.
that.
I like that like on the sides. I've even done it in the back of my outfit before. Like if the shirt doesn't fit quite right and I want to like cinch it up a little, I'll even take a brooch and like pin it back there. And then it's kind of like a little peekaboo moment when you're out, you know, kind of makes you do a double take. I like to put them on bags, handbag, like a big bag. You can put one on your, I have a brooch on my book bag, actually, on my little bag that I carry every day.
Ashley has that too, or Mia.
Mia wears her
bag. Matching.
Yes. But then if you have your brooch on your bag and something goes wrong with your outfit and you need a quick fix, you've got one right there and it's cute.
You can put jewelry. I am super there for. So if there's jewelry to be adorning extra things that aren't even on my body, I'm also like okay with that.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think it's really like this brooch you could wear, okay, all one color, all white, or like a heavy, not t-shirt material, but like a terry cloth, like heavier weight, like just right in the center.
Yes, I was thinking chambray buttoned up.
Mm-hmm.
Or
like all the way buttoned up.
Show this up close. What is this?
So this is another one of those like collage styles that was just like, I like all these pieces and I just want to like put them all together.
This is really pretty with this piece coming off here. What different gemstones? Just
this is that Uverite that I like to use, that green stone. And this is the enamel. Mm-hmm. And then these two are the pinky peach kind of colorway happening in there.
Beautiful. This is gorgeous. I love them. I feel like this is like the brooch. So you start with the brooches, kind of like they're almost like little paintings or sculptures.
Yeah, it's just like a way to get me in with the color palette. Mm-hmm. And I keep things around and I just kind of put them in there, and maybe a stone is what inspired the composition, but then I'm gonna make an enamel that looks like the stone because I want a different shape. You know what I mean? Like,
you're so fun. Like, let me mimic the thing that already exists. Other thing. No, I am super the same way. Right? I am feeling all of these things. Also, that's funny. Okay, the earrings that you're wearing, are they intentionally asymmetric?
Yes.
Okay, those are, I love those. Ooh.
Yeah, these are kind of,
ooh.
I made these twice. I actually made these 3 times because, again, these were some of the first pair, so I was kind of like trying to figure out the prong situation with these.
Yeah.
And then the first pair I made were way too heavy. The gauge metal that I used here was just like, I could do it, but I knew that like nobody else, like you would never be able to wear them because the first pair were so heavy. Yeah, but these are fine. These I worked through the kinks.
The ones we need to also try on the ones you sent me because those are gorgeous, and I would love to also. Oh, yeah. I would love to see the ones you did. Do you have any? We talked a little bit about Secret Identity Project.
Yeah.
Which is kind of related to
Mm-hmm. Okay, so here's the thing. Like, for the past 3 years, I've been doing a residency, and the whole point of this last 3 years was like experimentation, exploration, growth, pushing myself, trying new things. So a lot of the things that have been coming out of my studio lately have been like kind of the product of all of that just sort of messing around. So there's like a lot of things coming out of my studio right now, which is why there's so many different varied bodies of work. So the earrings that you have,
Of a change in your life too, that like
totally, yeah,
graduation, a little bit of each of those phases finally having a little moment that they did. It was like a little bit top secret for a while.
yeah. Like I just didn't, I didn't share anything. I was just kind of messing around. Um, these,
Oh,
I could
just try on all, like just try on. Okay,
lots of earrings, but yes, and then a few of the things like
that's
several.
how long is that about? Is that like
These are like 4 inches.
dang 4 inches? Those are I like that though, but that is that's a little
Asymmetrical.
Okay, pretty. I like that it's like a reverse of the shapes almost.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those are pretty.
Yeah. I'm excited about these. What else have I not tried on? That might be everything from this left of this collection. I had a few other pieces I found home, so luckily.
I want to talk about talk a little bit about all these things. You've done all these different, you've been forming.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. So,
yeah.
Well, I was able to apply for some grant funding and whatnot, and just spend a lot of time writing. So I did get some grants this year that had, helped me to acquire some new pieces of equipment. A kiln was one of those things, and then a hydraulic press, a Bonnie Doon hydraulic press was another, which is like basically, two platens that you can pump through pressure, and then you can really manipulate metal under that pressure in a variety of ways, like all kinds of ways. I haven't even scratched the surface to the thing, honestly.
You've a little bit, a beginning, but wow, another beginning, right?
Mm-hmm. It's like with each new thing that you incorporate into your practice, it's just like an entirely, like, it opens up a whole new avenue that you could easily spend the rest of your year on or more.
Well, now that it's going to be a change in your practice, now that you're transitioning, have you started making plans about this, like how you're going to spend some time to devote a portion of your time to these new?
Yes. Well, so about a year ago, I hired Matilda, who is really awesome. She has been assisting me part-time for about a year. And so I have trained her in most of the limited production at this point, and she helps me maintain that to where it needs to stay in order for that to kind of like keep functioning, and frees me up to then use the time that I would normally be using to keep producing that work towards like prepping enamel and getting all that ready. And so we actually, right before I packed up to move, we actually got all the production to a really good place. And so when she comes back, I'm going to start having her prep enamel shapes. So I'll have her do the counter enamel and like the first coat of enamel on most of the things.
All of your processes then too.
Mm-hmm. And she's got a little bit of jewelry training. I think she went to school actually for fashion, but she didn't go to school for jewelry. So she's still like, she's took some classes at Penland, and she's learning from me. And like, I think everything that she helps me do is also information for her to kind of understand how something works. So if she wants to use it, can you hear that banging in my house?
Okay.
I don't know.
Wait, okay, we are like minutes, so I want to make.
Oh my God!
I know we talk so much. Okay, I want to make sure we try on as much as possible.
Well, but I'm gonna try on these.
Okay, I love the pieces you've already started. Okay, BTW. Okay, hi.
I love these so much.
Okay, right? They look so cute. And I have those amazing earrings from you. That's what you do with the hydraulic press. You're doing
Yeah.
your like evil eye.
Yeah, the third eye amulet earrings is what I call them. This is all on my website, laurawoodstudios.com. If anybody wants to check it out. Yeah, I did these amulet earrings because I don't know, it was like I was going through one of those periods in the studio where I needed to do something for myself. And I thought, why don't I just make myself a little totem, like a little boost, like a little boost for myself. And so I made myself third eye earrings, and I really loved them. They reminded me,
So
yeah, they're like little platters. They look like little, and I never work with all silver. Like I haven't done that in ages. So it was just kind of fun and different. And so I made the amulet eye, and I made these the triple eye, and then around Valentine's Day I made a heart, and I kind of put all these pieces together, and I called it
cute.
yeah, I called it the mended heart. I don't have it with me. Damn it. Oh well. I'll show you.
We'll post it because
Yeah.
I have these from you, and I have a mismatched pair of the single, the triple, and
You have a custom pair because you wanted 3 eyes and 1 eye.
sorry, but also for me it works. And they're light, they're super comfortable. It's so fun. It feels flat again with a little bit of shape similar to you flattening. It's in conjunction with the enamel work in some ways.
And honestly, if you were to go into a retrospective of my work, which I have run the gamut of all kinds of materials. I'm one of those people who just enjoys sampling materials and kind of like learning something new and incorporating it into an experiment. And if it sticks, it sticks. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But I did a lot of handmade paper work in grad school, and I would stretch abaca paper over armatures of things, of objects. It was part of my thesis work, was kind of talking about things that we collect and the value objects have as they, go in the world, and
oh my,
all of that kind of thing. It was a very heavy topic, but
it's funny because like a lot of lace came out of that too.
yeah, that's where the lace came in, was like the idea of collecting, what people collect, all of these heirlooms, all of that kind of thing. But if you were to look at the paper work that I did, and this is like 2009 or so, it has the same shadow and like impression as the silver work. So it's kind of crazy how that happens. That was not intentional. It's just, you're attracted to what you're attracted to,
I fully aware with that. It's crazy, right? Wait, show us anything. Because I'm going to show you really quick. This is me. I did this like 5 years ago, 6 years ago, and then I did this recently.
Love it. I love these.
Crochet.
I love all this knitted stuff you're doing.
You know me. I'm like, let's nerd out on some weird stuff. Crochet.
It's so good.
Petals, and then this crochet, but there's such a relation there, even though it's years apart. I'm like,
your brain, like, I think that's what, like,
interesting.
A lot of times when I'm talking to students, when you're talking to someone who's just getting into a practice, and they often ask the question, like, well, how do you know, like, when to do something, or how do you know when something is yours and like you're ready to take on a body of work? And I'm like, I mean, we all have these very individual tendencies, like if like you just have these tendencies that you do. Your brain organizes things the way that it does, and that's always going to be unique to how you do it. I don't know. So I like to take molds of things. I like to be very tactile. I like to form. I like to bend things around itself. It's just sort of what I do in the studio when I'm playing around.
I love that. It is like time a little bit, because you're creating such a sculptural thing with something that you're relating to time, like lace, you're relating to a time. And
but I mean, if I had to like shore it all up and put a nice little bow around it all, I would say that, like, you know, I am very inspired by the body and working with the body. And so everything I do in jewelry is going to have a connection to the body, not just because you wear it, but I like to think about how lines work with the body. I like to think about how colors pop. I like to think about how the silhouette changes when you, you know, make a armature or a form. Like,
Yeah.
how is that, like, making things different here? The performative aspect of jewelry is like my, you know, that's like what
Ooh,
gets me going, you know?
ooh, so cute. Wait, do you have a couple more pieces to show us before we leave? You said you had a couple more things that were maybe like totally different.
I mean,
Because we went through enamel, but that's mostly it, right? Okay, cool.
I think we might have to do a follow-up in my actual studio where I can open drawers and like pan around, because right now it's all in boxes and I'm really bad at packing, so like I don't label shit. It's driving Thomas crazy because we brought the whole kitchen here. We're trying to find stuff and he's like, you didn't label anything. Like, I don't know where the teaspoons are because you didn't label anything. And I'm like,
Also, it's like 1 week since you've been there.
I know. Oh my God, I know.
But also, okay, let's not talk about work.
But
Thinking about what's it been like to change from residency life to back home in your house? Like, it feels like you're really excited about your new studio, though, too.
yes, I'm excited. So this house, that I bought this house in 2013 or so, and I bought it like because I kind of had to. Like, I was in a position where I lived in Asheville. It's getting so expensive to live here. I couldn't afford a house and a studio at once, so I just bought a house and put both in the same thing. And it was cheaper than like anything else. And it was pretty much all I could do with the house. Like, I couldn't really do any like changes to it because it took everything I had to just like get it, right? So it's been what it's been for this long. And then I moved to Penland, and then Thomas moved back here with me, and now we're making the house like what it should be for us. So he's like fixing up the kitchen. I'm like painting rooms pink and putting plants in them. and then
I love that you brought Penland home with you. Cool, cool.
right. And then my studio is the first big professional studio space that I've had outside of Penland that could house my office and my studio and like an event if I wanted to.
Okay, so what are some of the plans for that? Like, are you up front? Like, do you have windows that are front?
Well, no, but I'm in a really good area. I'm in a really good area of West Asheville. It's like on the corner of a real, you know, shopping worthy road. And I don't really want to be front and center because I don't want people coming in my space all the time. I would just be, if people want to do a studio visit with me, clients that I've met at shows or whatever, or, you know, that's what I'm welcoming right now. And then eventually what I'd like to work up to is like, I'd like to host Jewelry Edition there and have, you know, Jewelry Edition, you know, in my space and invite, you know, whoever to come and check it out. And it's not handicap accessible right now. And so that's like
Another barrier.
Yeah. I've gotta make it accessible to, you know, more than just, you know, fully able-bodied people. So I need to figure that part out. And then, but yes, studio visits are in the future when that can be a thing again. Yeah. So, and Anya House can come and do a thing. I don't know.
Seriously, well, I always want to travel, period. It's not looking like it's happening on the horizon, so we're making the plan to do more events like this. We're doing like openings, that kind of thing. You did this with Baltimore Jewelry Center. You're doing this, I think, with Ombre Gallery coming up. When does Ombre Gallery, just like plug them a little bit, and also like that's coming up.
Ombre Gallery coming up mid-November, I want to say, through December, and then we'll hop over to Gallery 2052 in Chicago for the finale. We also have like some written things that our collaborating writers have done that we've been like sitting on and been like waiting for the right time. But now that I'm here in Asheville and my life is kind of shaping out to be what it is here, I'll have more time to kind of sit with that. That's also been part of it. Is there's just been so many things going on. So
Collections. You just did a bunch of British and just traveled. You did Artful Home. I chatted with Kat Cole about that. Shout out again to Artful Home.
Artful Home rocked it out. They rocked it. It was awesome.
Yeah, I mean, great partners. Like, yeah, all of that was. I love that.
Yeah.
What cool partnerships.
Yes, and you got some shout outs in the Zoom that we did with Baltimore Jewelry Center. Everybody's like, oh, we love what Megan Juice Riley's been doing these interviews because you're so good at it. So it's been really fun to see you connect with all the different artists and how you engage with their process. It's been great.
It's been it's like shopping for me, and I just want to try it on. Honestly, I'm like, ooh, tell me more. Because I'm that kind of person. This is how I got into it.
Mm-hmm.
I love everybody, what everyone's doing. I basically try things on a lot.
I think it's what so much of us are missing about all this is that like I really just like talking to people in my booth and like meeting people and
like and going and trying things on and be like, oh my god, this would look so cute. This is great with your hair. This, and this.
And going out and having dinner at night.
Oh, Mom. My mom is the best. My mom has been there too. But we also got to hang out and try. We dressed up cute, got to wear our cute clothes. There was this special moment. We made it a special moment.
We spend so much time making all this work, right? All this beautiful statement work. And then we never get to wear it because we're always making it. And when we have shows, it's like when you get to put on your, like,
I make occasions to wear it. Are you kidding me? I
haven't, not yet. Maybe I will here, but
we're going to make a pact because I feel like you're going to have, not, especially now we're not having that, but it's a little, not every day, but maybe even every week or a moment or every month. You put the cute shoes on, you put the good.
Yeah, but see, it's different when you live in New
No, we're the internet.
Oh, sorry, my timer told me I was on social media for too long. When you live in New York, you can like walk to the grocery store and have a moment on the street with people. It's like a whole thing. People in Asheville, North Carolina, don't. I mean, it's just not the same.
You're right. People are like more mainstream a little bit, but I feel like you live in a really special place, and I think it's going to be really cool for you to like transition back. Even
I'm excited.
There's still going to be some more. It's going to feel different.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited. If anybody ever wants to do a studio visit, you can holler at me. And then Jewelry Edition, usually Jewelry Edition stays with me when it's not traveling. That's how it's been, at least lately. And so I usually have Jewelry Edition pieces with me in my studio. So it's not just Laurelwood Studios. You can also see some current Jewelry Edition work in my space.
And I'm gonna guess everyone's gonna restock before.
Oh yes, and do you want to see some?
Yes, please. Sold out of everything. Let's take an extra 5 minutes. They will not.
Oh wait, did I take it to my studio? Shoot.
Because I gotta say, you guys, I went and looked on the website. Like everything is sold out. I was like, oh, bye.
Yeah. Amelia Toke just sent us some restock of her, like all her really cool silver jewelry piece. Let me just look in my living room really quick. Sure. I might have taken them to my studio. But
I tried on some jewelry for you guys already. But I gotta say, they have a whole new restock. I saw a little bit from Amelia Toke. She does the chain pieces that are soldered into place. So she did a drop like this with a circle. Super simple, but a post earring. I'll repost this. It has and some new brooches actually too, right?
I took it to my studio.
We'll have to look at a post about it as you post new things, as I'm really excited. And then next week, I guess we're interviewing. Okay, what should I expect? You guys are interviewing me.
I would like to interview. Jewelry Edition is going to interview you, and I just want to take a tour of all the things you're working on and talk about them and try things on.
We'll just do the same, yeah. Okay.
And I also want to talk about, though, I want to have a talking point about all the things that you've been doing with My Butterfield on Friday, because you guys have been doing some awesome, like, talks about fashion. He is so in the know of everything fashion. It's so impressive. I just tune in usually and I'm like, how does he know? He can recall like a fashion item from a designer. Uh-oh, I think I'm frozen.
No, you're good. No, Michael's amazing because Michael knows the history and the economics. So we talk like demand, luxury, how, and I'm like, okay, we got super nerdy in economics, but I love that, and brand, and from high to low and small makers to small brands to big brands and how it all works. I think that's so fun. But we've been doing a bunch of new pieces. So we've done pieces recently where we've been crating them, raffling them, and then photographing kind of. We're trying to do like undercover photo shoots, social media safe. I talked to you, I know, with Anya House about doing kind of like the Naomi Campbell where we shoot through the iPhone. We're talking that kind of thing, like this kind of groundbreaking new way of.
It's really smart, and I also want to talk about just dropping this in. These are my notes. I want to talk about the fact that he's a brand ambassador for you and what that means and like how you approach that, because it is so key. And I think everybody kind of has one or two people who are that for them, you know, like who love their work and genuinely.
So I have him, but I have a whole group behind that are. Do you know what I mean? Ooh, Laura, can you see me? Can you hear me?
Yeah,
okay.
I can see you now.
By the way, it is like a party out there. But Michael on the. Okay, Michael has been. I've been making pieces for him for years, but I also have a group of people that my sister is also one of them. My sister is a brand ambassador, Sarah Shirazi.
Yeah, you are.
Of those people behind me, all my high school friends, by the way, shout out to them. First people that ever bought my work, you know who you are.
I know. I love that when you get like a random purchase from somebody and you're like, wow, that's so nice. Like you're still like, you know, supporting. That's cool. Also, I'm planning a few seats. So these are the things I want to talk about from Jewelry Edition to MPR next week. And then I also want to do another Instagram live, and I want to copycat you and JB, and I want to show you my jewelry collection, which is like all in that case over there, because I just like want to talk about it. I want to talk about. I've got some really good pieces of jewelry this year.
Yes. Okay.
And I want to talk about it.
Okay. I'm super into that because I also was thinking about doing that, and I have a bunch of earrings. Okay, let's have a jewelry hangout night, and we try on. We just be like, this is what stuff I like. That's different from me.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I have some things that like I just have some really nice things I want to share because they bring me so much joy.
I want
including my MPR brooch.
You sweet. You got, did I send you the pink earrings too?
Yes, girl. Or you sent me, I'm keeping them in the packaging because.
Oh, yes.
My hoops.
I thought those were cute. Okay, so I've been playing with all these remnants.
And then I also have my mask.
And I immediately thought of you because I was like, orange.
I also have my mask.
I like that color. People bought that. That is like, I'm like, that's
nice.
Ooh.
Yeah, my mask chain.
Yes. Okay, so I'm teaching a class for Jewelry Week, and I'm super freaked out because I have to do something. I don't teach class. We'll figure it out.
Crochet? No.
Little kids.
Oh.
See how that goes. Well, Laura, we are at. Oh, Michael,
We were just talking all about you.
you're literally like singing your praises.
I just want to say that thank you for everybody for tuning in. Also, I've been all over the place. I think it is a reflection of my scattered brain at this moment, but I still think there was some,
Oh yeah,
good stuff to share.
Gosh, really, Michael? Yes, we were just talking about because they're interviewing me next week, and she wants to interview me about.
I'm interviewing Megan, and I was just saying that I love tuning in on Fridays and listening to your conversations because you're so on it. Like you can recall fashion history from 1998, and I'm like, how does he remember that? Like,
because he was like 10, and he was like, I remember because.
also, and I'm just going to throw this out there. I know this is another little random tidbit. I've been rewatching 90210 because it's a pandemic and it brings me joy.
And I did it because of you. Samesies.
So the fashion, I'm in season 1 or season 2.
By the way, do you see what I'm wearing right now? And I wore a Laura sweater.
A little rat top.
I mean, Reformation-ish.
Oh yeah, but can't shop with them right now. But vintage. No, the 90210 fashion is like come back around. Like everything, I'm going. Wow, that's like in fashion again.
No, it is. I'm doing beaded. Like, okay, I did this, right? I did all matching. I did beaded ones that say like STFU and like vote. Michael has them all. They are gone. They're gone. And I was like, I have the beads from the 90s. I'm like, let's get rid of some. Gone. Sold everything now. Reordering. Gone. This is great. I love this stuff. Okay.
Smart. I can listen to y'all talk about fashion and ideas and where you're going with it all day long. It needs to be a whole spin-off. It needs to be like a whole spin-off show.
I feel like the Real should hire Michael.
They should. Oh my God. They should. I feel like
earrings. I know.
The third eye.
He saw me wearing them because they're so fucking gorgeous.
Well, next time we're all in New York together.
I know, you guys. We need to. Mike and I have already planned the next outing. We're gonna have hot beverages in Manhattan and walk around in the chilly with jackets on, but like cute hot beverages.
Oh my gosh, film it.
Right? This is how you socialize now in like weird outdoor safe distances.
I'm with you. And the colder it gets, the more I'm gonna need it too, because
I'm ready. Let's have a reunion, please. Yeah. I'm super there. I told him I want millions of parties. I just told Mia also. I told her let's hang out, but
I know.
Okay, we might have to.
Well, Jewelry Edition interviewing you next week, and then after that, we're gonna have a jewelry collection show and share.
I feel like people should submit requests because I feel like we should just like try on jewelry, both of us. I want to
show like. Yes. I want to show my pieces that I acquired in 2020.
Okay. No, recent because you also did the artist pledge.
Oh yeah, and I got a really cool Jillian Moore piece from that, and oh my gosh, yeah, and I got my MPR pieces. Also from Bijou earlier this year, I have so many good pieces that I got, and then I've also got my eye on some pieces from Jewelry Edition that I want, but I'm trying to decide when's the right time to buy them because Kat gets on to me because every year we get the collection. I'm like, okay, I want that, and she's like, Laura, you have to let it go into the world, and if it doesn't find a home,
everything for yourself. I got you the best.
I I just want all the I want them. I'm like, I want this one.
I'm like, Taylor and Tanya have been like on my list, and I'm like,
get you some. I know Taylor. I wanted some Taylor earrings, and then when she talked with you last week and was like, I'm not gonna make them again, and I was like, wait a minute. No, you have to make another pair of those because I want a pair of those. All of them.
her alone is so gorgeous. The art, the back, just like yours too. I felt like I feel like the armature. Yours is different, but she is so with her armature and the little bits that I was like, oh my god.
Mm-hmm. I know. You got to get a pair of those hoops. So these pieces that Amelia just sent me, these silver pieces, she's got some really cool hoops that are just awesome. And I want this Auric brooch. This like, I want one of those. I want it all.
Also, when we do our hangout, we try on our stuff. We'll basically be dressed up and just trying on Joy, so it's like we're trying. It's dress up. People get to see we're wearing our work that we bought.
Okay, so I have to think about the outfits that I would wear this work with.
Think about this. Bring some different coats.
All right, I can do that.
Laura. Oh my god, you let us go longer. Woo, okay.
Okay, we'll see you next week. Thank you, everybody.
Oh my god, Laura, as usual, a pleasure.
Yes.
Guys, congrats on everything. Congrats on your kisses. Oh.
Yes.
Bye. Bye, everybody.